anyone who is not willing to sign a contract or tries to dissuade you from signing a contract is going to screw you. Did you feel defensive? Because I was going on the attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And I went on. You're a very good mean person.
Getting somebody to sign a contract. I'll play the client that doesn't want to sign the contract. Who wants to role play?
It's harder.
I'll play the client, and then we'll critique.
I'll do it.
Okay, so let's skip to the part where you say we've talked about what it is that we want and everything, and that's great. Now fast forward to you telling me that you're going to have a contract.
Okay, perfect. I'll just take all this information and I'll write up a contract for it, and I will bring that back over for you to sign.
Why do we need a contract?
Just having a contract kind of protects me, and it also protects you. It assures that.
Do you think I'm gonna like I'm gonna hurt you or something? Why do you need protection from me? I don't understand.
No, it's not that. It's just always a good practice for me to have a contract that ensures that I'll get paid what we agreed on, and you will get the work.
Well, I've had a business in town for 25 years. I'm obviously going to pay you. So I just don't understand where you're forcing this issue. It's weird.
That's just how I've always worked with it. Is I've always had my clients sign a contract. I have had bad experiences in the past.
Okay, so you've always done it? Like how many clients? Like 2, 3? Like you're like
2, 3, but that is always.
Okay, you did good. How did that feel?
I felt like I don't want to work with you anymore.
Okay. Why?
Because a contract is not a weird thing.
Right, it isn't, right? So I'm the weird one in that situation.
Yeah. I feel like something that he could have done is ask questions like, so what are your concerns? Why you don't want to sign a contract? Like, get more information of the.
Okay, so let's do this. That's fantastic. Let's do it.
Okay, so yeah, this is. I always do this with my clients, but what are your concerns like?
Start back at where about you introduced the idea of a contract.
Okay, sounds good. So I took notes of all the things that you like to do and everything. So
great.
I'm gonna put this in a brief contract, and I'm gonna send that to you for your review, so that we can sign a contract.
I don't think we need a contract. I think we're fine. You understand what's going on. I understand what's going on.
So what do you think? Like, you don't need a contract, because I feel like this will protect like both of us, like my work and the.
I don't understand why you need protection. I've got money. I'm going to give you some money. You're going to do some stuff. I don't know why we need a contract. My day was used handshake.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why do you feel like we don't need a contract, really?
Why do I feel like that?
No. Why do you think that we don't really need a contract?
Well, I don't know. Do you not trust me?
Well, do you trust me?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be talking to you if I didn't trust you. But I don't understand why we need a contract.
So that's why I feel like the contract is like a good way to represent that we trust each other, and that both parts are gonna fulfill their promises. It's like a really way to commit, to physically commit to your part and my part, and to keep the relationship.
Obviously, I know what a contract is. I'm not an idiot. I understand what a contract is for.
Yeah.
I just don't understand in this relationship where you're a student, I'm helping you out with your portfolio, why we got to get all legal and get a bunch of lawyers involved and stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, if you go to any other place, like an agency or something like that, they will make a contract. So,
I'm not going to an agency, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, so that's why doing contracts is pretty much what the industry is doing. If you sign a contract to build a house, right? And you hire an architect.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. You're doing a great job. Both of you did a great job. Okay?
Someone needs to walk away.
Yeah. It's
hey, right?
Rejections. It's
it's huge. Let's do it. And you mentioned that somebody needs to walk away, okay?
Sure.
So you show me how you'll do that.
I didn't get that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Siri's jumping involved. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Siri's trying to help.
Okay, cool. So I feel like I understand all the things that we need to get done together.
Great. Let's do it.
And so I'll take half up front, and I'll write up a contract with milestones to figure out everything that we need to do along the way.
Okay, hold on. I don't like lawyers. I don't understand why we need a
Neither.
contract.
Not a fan.
Okay,
I'll write it up myself.
let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so no lawyers, but like, why do we need a contract?
Just so we set out the milestones and we make sure that we get you what you need and meet all these objectives, because I know you have these huge goals.
Yeah, but you
wanna
understand.
succeed.
You understand my goals, my objectives. I saw you write them down. I understand why I need to sign something.
Totally. It's just, the way I do it. And if you're uncomfortable with that, there's actually tons of designers that'd probably be willing to do it without a contract.
But I want to work with you.
Awesome. I take a contract and I'll shoot it over to you today.
Okay, good. Right? Did you notice what he did? Okay. So let's talk about what happened there. Okay, you guys did great, but did you feel defensive? Because I was going on the attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And I
You're
went
a
on.
very good mean person.
I was about to cry.
Do you have
I wasn't even looking at you.
students or something?
What's that?
Do you have some experience preying on students or something?
No, I have some experience with the other side of this equation of people trying to take advantage of me. I have several faces in mind as I'm playing that role. Also, I want to say how creepy I felt doing that. Let's just need to shake that off. Yeah, it's so gross. But anyway, you two got really defensive. You weren't saying things that were incorrect, right? But you don't need to be defensive because you're not in a lesser position in this negotiation. Remember what I need something that I can't do that's going to help my business. And so, did you feel defensive?
No, I just felt like you wouldn't understand why, and I was like, but I didn't really care to explain why I needed a contract. I just needed a contract.
Yeah.
That was really interesting because both of them tried to explain and give reason, and the industry does it and stuff. So I don't know, I just found it interesting how even when you did it, how did you make sure that you're not that they understand that?
One thing was he saw two other people get trashed right before, so that was helpful. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but
Yeah, jumping off of Caden's thought, I like that he's looking for a good designer and that you gave off the vibe that you were looking for good clients. That it wasn't, that he was in the market for a good designer, you're in the market for good clients. And if he doesn't seem like a good client, that you were like, that's fine. There are lots of other people that are willing to work without a contract, and I'm sure you could find someone. And then all of a sudden he was like, actually, I really want to work with you, so can we figure this out? That it was very clear that you were trying to mutually find a place where both of your needs were met. Does that make sense? I oftentimes kind of feel like I can't lose this, I don't want to lose this client, I really want to do this project.
I felt like Nick was willing to you gave me no reasons, you just made a statement, and that you were willing to walk away, because you literally said, other people might not, that's fine, you can go talk to them. And at that point in time, I'm like, well, but I want to talk to you. I'm talking to you, right? I don't want to go through this whole rigmarole of this discovery of what we need and the creative brief that you've had me fill out because you're doing a creative brief because you're a good designer. I don't want to do that again, right? I've invested time into that as the stupid mean person in this situation, but you're willing to walk away. That puts you in an equal footing, right? And so everything that you guys said is true, but if I truly am a predatory client, there's no point in trying to convince me to not be a horrible person. You're not trying to convert me to the light side. It's just you just recognize, what it is, right?
And probably if I would be in that situation, I would if he says yes at the end, then I'll probably go home, and then if he send me the contract back, then I would probably say you know what, I'm not gonna take the client or something, because that meeting just gave me a bunch of red flags,
right? Did you feel like the way I was treating you in that conversation would somehow magically change and get better if we continue that relationship? No, if I'm going to do this based on something normal, what happens when there is an actual conflict of we disagree on what the design should be or something? So yeah, I completely agree. Okay, who wants to play the part of the client, and I'll show you how I do this. It's not necessarily the right way, but this is how I do it, and then I'll talk about why. Okay, go ahead. Oh, sorry. So okay. I'll do it. Yeah, this all sounds great. I understand what's going on. I will shoot you over kind of some notes just so we can kind of agree that. Write up a contract. We'll kind of take you through like kind of that process, and we'll get that signed.
Oh, no, no contract is needed. Honestly, it's fine. No contract is needed.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand that. The thing is, though, I work with a contract, not because I expect you to kind of be a dishonest, horrible person, but there are dishonest, horrible people out there, and it's just a good business practice for me to do that. And so I'll just get the contract over to you, and then we can move on from there.
Oh, no. Okay, we've been talking to each other for the last, 20 minutes. We know we are both, honest, good people. So, I don't want you to go through that work, so it's totally fine. Don't worry about that contract.
Oh yeah, I don't need you to worry about my amount of effort. It's just it's a policy that I have. And so, contract or not, and if you choose to walk away by not signing the contract, that's okay. It's fine.
Okay, then.
Right? Okay. What did I do in the very beginning?
You set yourself up as you need something from me, and if you don't want to do it my way, then that's fine.
Yep. So there's that.
Excuses out of her, but the potential excuses she could come up with, you just stated them up front.
And how did I say? Well, here's the thing. If you can position it as a good versus evil thing, right? And I don't mean this in a manipulative way, but what I literally said was, if you choose to try to force me to operate outside of normal business practices, I understand that you are trying to take advantage of me. I get that. And I literally say, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think that you're like this, but there are other people who are horrible people that try to prey on people and are not intending to pay. And so just to make sure we're going to do this is a policy that I have. And sometimes I'll even say, I've been burnt in the past, so now I have a contract. I know that you're not going to burn me. You're a good person. I'm going to grant you that in this relationship, in this conversation. But what that also says is, if you choose to continue down this path of pushing me to not have a contract, you are actively choosing to position yourself into what I just said, which is a horrible person who is going to take advantage of somebody.
I just had the thought that we've had conversations in the past about employers are risk adverse. They don't want to hire someone who is going to cause them a lot of risk potentially.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same when we're looking for clients. We need to have kind of that same attitude when we're looking for someone to work with. If we're working with someone who's potentially going to cause us a lot of grief or make us lose money or sleep or emotional well-being or whatever, then
Right.
those are things that we aren't looking for. And just like someone wouldn't hire us at an agency, we need to not take on clients that are going to just do more harm than good.
Yeah, you guys need to be risk adverse and protect yourself as well. There's a third type of person. There's a type of person who yeah, obviously contract. There's a type of person who's I'm intending to screw this person over, so I don't want to sign anything. There's another person who is a little nervous. They're not necessarily bad, but they're worried what if I sign this contract and this person doesn't deliver, right? And they don't then I still have to pay them, and they're doing horrible crap work, right? That's when you can explain another thing. Is you can bring up another thing, and you can say, I should have said this. This contract is as much to protect you as it is to me. I'm contractually obligating myself to a specific type of quality and to deliver specific things at a specific time. And so it's a protection for both of us. Okay, and so most of the time when we go on the defensive, we're it's protecting me because I feel attacked right now, right? But it's also the contract is also they can come if you just bail, right, or you blow deadlines or whatever, they can come after you legally and say, we had a contract, they didn't deliver, I demand X, right? And so the contract is a protection for both. It's not just us; we get to write the contract and do whatever we want. It's we are legally committing ourselves to get certain things done at a specific quality and time as well. So that's kind of how I think we enter into contracts.
That's interesting because in that way, if you look at it from that perspective, it's you're telling that person, I am protecting you from myself. If I am a bad person or if I'm a horrible person. Right. So that was interesting to point out.
Yeah, this is the start of our project. But if you want to see more of this stuff, subscribe, ring that bell. all the stupid YouTube things, and we'll be doing more of these episodes. But leave your questions in the comments so that we know kind of what you want to cover, and I'll bring some other people in. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time.